Good morning, beautiful friends. Let's go feed all the farm animals.
Hey, Tracy.
Hey.
We've already fed the goats this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We've already fed them.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Say, I helped.
Y'all are on top of it.
Oh, yeah. After giving Rocky a bath.
Oh, Rock, did you get a bath, buddy?
I sure did.
He's such a cutie.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, Mom and Pop beat me to it this morning. This is nice having all this farm help around here. But I still gotta go see them and have my morning visit with my goats this morning. Before we got this farm, there was no question about my love and passion for gardening and growing fruit and vegetables and herbs and all the lovelies. There was no question about that. But having all the farm animals, I was in love with the idea of having all those farm animals in my life. And then when we got this farm and we did it, I figured out real quick, yes, I love every single part of this. I love it. when I was interviewing Brooke, she had mentioned that, you know, we know a lot of you guys are dreaming for this farm life and chickens and goats and maybe cows and sheep and maybe honeybees, big gardens, growing your own food, orchards maybe. It was a really good suggestion that Brooke gave, that you find somebody to maybe go farm sit for, or maybe just go help, go shadow them and follow them around their farm for a day or two or a week or a month or whatever, and just do the chores with them and just get in the garden with them. If you've never gardened before, maybe join a community garden or a garden club or something, and just get your hands dirty. Get in there and test it and see if this is something that you really want. Like, if you've never had a farm, you've never had chickens, you never had goats, are you in love with the idea of farming? Or is it something that you really, really, really would love to do? I have dreamed of having the chickens and the goats and the pigs eventually, and honeybees, and like, I always wanted that, but I've never done it. And when we bought this farm, we jumped in full force and got the chickens, and then we got goats, and we're just adding things as we go. And I realized real quick that I do love this, and I do love having all these animals on my farm. Now, the gardening, the growing food, growing fruit, vegetables, herbs, all of that, I've been doing that for quite a long time. And, you know, there was no question that I wasn't going to love that. But the animals was new to me. I mean, I grew up caring for animals and taking care of animals and loving animals, but I never had chickens to tend to and goats to tend to and all of those things. So when we started this, I realized real quick, I do love it. I absolutely love it. But what if I didn't? What if we would have done all of this and put all of these things in place and got all these animals here, and I didn't really love doing it? Then that would have been a lot of wasted money and time and energy. So I thought Brooke gave a really, really great suggestion. Find a friend who has a farm. Almost all farmers and gardeners need help and welcome someone to come shadow them and learn from them and get in there and help them get things done. So maybe you can reach out and find somebody out there that you could just go help. You could go shadow, you could go learn from, and you could get your hands a little dirty and see if this is something. Dogs are taking me out here. See if this is something that you really want to do, or are you just in love with the idea of it? Because honestly, I was in love with the idea of it. I was in love with the idea of coming out to my garden and feeding my chickens and feeding my goats and milking goats, and just the idea, the dreamy idea of that, with a beautiful garden hat on and a flowy sundress and a little basket carrying it, and gathering eggs, and all of the dreamy things about farm life that you see on Instagram and Facebook and even YouTube. But in all those dreamy pictures and posts of farm life and farm animals, you see cute little goats in farm sinks, and you see beautiful little chickens walking around in the garden, but you don't see the real farm life of the chickens eating up all of your vegetables that you just planted in your garden. You don't see all the stalls of goat poop that you have to sit and shovel out, and all the care that is required behind taking care of those goats properly. You don't see all of the shoveling the poop out of the dog pens and all of those things. You don't see the rabbit cages having to be cleaned all of the time, and you don't see the chicken coops having to shovel the poop out of the chicken coops and all of the care that goes behind that. You don't see all of that. What you mostly see is just the fun stuff and the beautiful stuff and the dreamy romantic farm life, but you don't see all of the work that goes behind it. And there is a lot of work that goes into a farm, a lot of it. I spend probably 90% of my days here on the farm dirty. I start out clean, but 5 minutes in and I'm dirty. I've got dogs jumping on me, goats jumping on me, stinky goat bucks. I go out to feed them and they're rubbing up against me and I smell like a stinky buck goat all day long. A lot of my life and time is spent in poop, shoveling poop, cleaning pens, building compost piles, shoveling poop into my garden, manure. I mean, you know, all of the things. So it is not all glamorous and romantic, but I do love every single minute of this. If you have never experienced any of this, but you're dreaming of this farm life and you love the idea of it, then I highly recommend what Brooke suggested. Go find you somebody to follow. Go find you somebody's farm to work on and see if you really do love it before you invest money and time and energy and a portion of your life to something that you may really just like the idea of it. I am definitely not trying to talk anybody out of your farm dream. No, no, no. I'm your cheerleader. I am here to encourage every one of you who want this farm life, who want to grow your own food and raise your own animals. I am here to encourage you. I want to be your cheerleader. I want to be your inspiration. I want to be your encouragement. And I want to introduce you to other ladies who are living their farm dream and who are doing it. And some of them are doing it really big and well. So I want to introduce you to ladies so that they can be more encouragement and more inspiration for you. So if you have not seen my new project that I'm doing, my new series that I've started, it's called In Her Boots, a chat with a lady farmer. I'm going around and doing interviews with some amazing, fabulous women who are farmers, who are in agriculture, who have hobby farms, all kinds of things. And we're just chatting with them about how they got to that life, what they do, all the different boots that they wear to be a lady farmer and how they manage it all. This is just a really fun little adventure that I'm on here, and I want to bring all of you ladies and men. I believe that we've got some feedback from a couple of gentlemen, and the content of these videos in these interviews is focused on ladies, but it's not just for ladies. There's some really good content and conversations in there that everyone can benefit from, and I believe everyone can be inspired and encouraged by. So if you have not seen the 2 episodes that I've put out already, go back and watch those now so that you can be excited and ready for the next episodes that are coming out. So in episode 1, we did a little chat with me, just introducing myself a little bit more to you guys and what brought me to do this series and what this series is going to be all about. So y'all go check out episode 1 with me. And then episode 2 is with Brooke Smith at CogHill Farms. Jason, Brooke, and Mary Carl are just awesome people. They are so real and genuine and just really good people. And Jean and I are so grateful for their friendship and just so grateful that we've gotten to know them and that they've become a part of our lives. And that interview with Brooke was just really, really good. She shared some struggles that she's had and how she overcame those. And the feedback from that video has been amazing. She didn't plan to open up and share about some of the things that she did. It wasn't planned, but she just followed her heart and she shared about that. And I believe it really has helped a lot of you out there. And I'm so, so grateful to God for just doing that, for just using us to help so many people. So y'all go check out episode 1 with me, and then go over and check out episode 2 with Brooke Smith at CogHill Farms. And she started her own channel now called Mrs. CogHill. So y'all go check that out because you don't want to miss this fun series of In Her Boots. So like I was saying, this farm life, I spent a lot of my days cleaning and shoveling poop, and that's what I'm doing this morning before I get in my garden. I'm getting all of my animal pens cleaned up and getting my animals taken care of. They're always first. Every morning there. The first thing that I do when I step outside my door, I tend to all of my animals, feed them, water them, whatever needs to be done, clean their pens, whatever needs to take place with the animals. They get my first priority of the farm. Then my garden. It's time to get this chicken coop cleaned up, but I'm gonna wait on Chase to get home next week, and we're gonna get this coop cleaned up really good. My shovel fell. I've been shoveling out compost from in here and taking it to my raised beds and my garden, and adding all of this good rich soil to my garden beds. Give them some fresh water. This watering bucket is awesome. I only have to water my chickens about about once a week. This big watering bucket just lasts so long to water our chickens. Jean made this for me. Put these little water things on here, and it lasts me like a whole week. I only have to really water the chickens once a week. We're down to about 14 chickens, counting Joseph here, the rooster. We're down to 14 chickens, and we're only getting about 2 eggs a day. They're molting right now. You can see all the feathers everywhere, but we're only getting about 2 eggs a day. Most of these girls out here are our original hens, our original girls. So this spring, I'm planning to get some more baby chicks. One of the ladies that I am doing an interview with for In Her Boots series is Jacqueline Head over at Head Family Farm. Her and her husband Zach and sweet little Eleanor have a hatchery business. And when I was there, she was just telling me all kinds of information. I mean, I learned so much when I was there with her. She was telling me all about different breeds of chickens and different colored eggs. And I really want a pretty egg basket with all colors and that real pretty blue and all different colors. So she was really educating me on that. And this spring, I'm gonna get some baby chicks from her, and I cannot wait because I'm gonna get some really good breeds from her. And we're gonna have some beautiful eggs out here and some beautiful chickens, and they're gonna be younger. These girls are old and they're really not laying that much anymore for us, but I'm gonna be keeping these girls because I'm very fond of them. I'm gonna let them live out their life here at Just Dig It Farms, and I'm gonna add some more wonderful chicks from Head Family Farm this spring. I only got 1 egg today. We got to get some more chicks. We need eggs. Let's go over here and check on Miss Rosemary, my sweet little rabbit. I don't think I've showed y'all very much about Rosemary. She is just the cutest, sweetest little rabbit. I just love her. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, precious. Rosemary loves animal crackers. Come on, girl. Come on. So this is my sweet little rabbit, Rosemary. Wendy and Alan over at A&W Mini Farm gave me this precious rabbit. I got to meet them at the YouTubers Meet and Greet, and they have been followers of us for quite a while now. And she called me, or messaged me actually one day, and asked me would I like to have this precious rabbit. So they met me at Petals from the Past, and I got sweet Rosemary. Now since we met, they have started a YouTube channel. It's called A&W Mini Farm. I'll put a link in the video below, and they've got all kinds of precious animals, and it's just their adventure with them. So y'all go check them out. Thank you guys so much for my sweet Rosemary. I just love her so much. So far we only have the one rabbit, Rosemary, but I think my little Aivituvin 3-story mobile rabbit hutch that Jean has made me could house one more rabbit, which would be excellent for Rosemary to give her a companion. So I'm gonna be on the hunt for another little lot bunny. My sole purpose in having rabbits is just mostly for fertilizer for the gardens and just for my joy. I love having rabbits. You can see she provides a pretty good bit of fertilizer in just, well, this is actually 2 days because I've been gone. So in 2 days, she provides a pretty good bit of fertilizer for my garden. So I just pull this tray out. I clean all that out and pull this tray out and take it over to my garden and dump it. Rabbit poop and pee is not hot, so you can just go dump this right into your garden and it won't burn anything up. So see what I'm saying, guys? Like, a good bit of my day consists of poop. The animals are all tended, the pens are clean, and my next thing I do is water my greenhouse. My onions are doing well. I am excited about these onions now. This is my new learning adventure for the year. Growing my own onions from seeds. These are my fall vegetables that I've been growing. Everything out here is from Hoss Tools seeds, and it's pretty much all germinated. I mean, I pretty much had probably like a 90% germination rate out here. Kale, bok choy, Swiss chard, cabbages, broccolis, cauliflowers, oh my goodness, kohlrabi, onions. Today is October 1st, and it's time to start getting some of these plants in the ground, getting my fall garden planted. This is Sharon.
Hello.
And this is Uncle Carl. Where y'all headed?
We're going over to see our area where we're going to put our new building.
Okay.
Our future home site.
Good.
Future home site.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
We'll be
Bye.
in for chili dogs later.
Okay. Don't wreck them, Mom.
Yeah.
She's a wild driver.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Hang on, Uncle Carl. Hang on.
All right, I need a strap.
I got animal crackers in my pocket. Look at Clyde. Silly dog. Champ. Good boys. Good boys. Good boys. You want one more? I keep animal crackers in my pocket. Rosemary loves them, Champ loves them, Clyde loves them, and the goats love them. Pop and Mom are just having the best time. It is amazing the change in them just since we've got them moved down here. They've only been down here about, we're going on 3 weeks, I think now. We've got them moved to the, in case you don't know, in case you haven't seen our previous episodes, we moved Jean's mom and dad to the farm. They've had some health issues. We got their house sold and we've moved them down to the farm. They're living in their camper right now, and we're doing a shed to house, tiny house build for them over on the other side of our property, right through the woods there. They've got a beautiful spot over there that we've picked out for them. And we're gonna bring you guys along with us on the whole process and the whole journey of building them a home site over here so that they can be here at the farm with us. We're hoping that by bringing them here to the farm, not only will we be able to help take better care of them because they do have health issues, but also just so that they can have a better quality of life. And they're just having a blast, y'all. If you're wondering where the life of the party is today, Jean is on an in-bay fishing trip this weekend.
Hey, This is Gene, Just Dig It Farms. Tracy's back at the farm and I am on a little break. My company I work for paid for us a weekend deep sea fishing trip in bay here in Orange Beach, Alabama. So I have been having fun here and enjoying it. Just got back from a fishing trip. We caught a lot of black snapper and some redfish. It was awesome. And we took them to freshly caught and took them over to Zeke's and they cooked it for us. We had blackened and fried fish, oh my gracious, and dirty rice with some whipped potatoes. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It really was. But having a blast out here.
Get back to work on my soil amending and preparing my garden beds in the potager garden and getting all those soil amendments worked into the soil and adding compost to them. And I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks that I'm going to have those beds ready and I'm going to be able to get all of those plants that's in my greenhouse over there into the ground. And I'm going to be able to direct sow my things like turnips and rutabagas and beets and all of those wonderful things. So I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks I'm going to have my beds all prepped and ready and be able to get all of my fall garden in, except of course for as I'm succession planting things. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning and doing all of my farm chores and taking care of all the farm animals. And I'm hoping the next video that I have up for you guys is going to be more garden content, getting the beds ready for the fall garden and planting the fall garden. And don't forget, on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. will be a new episode of In Her Boots, where we'll be having a chat with lady farmers and touring their farms a little bit. And the next episode, episode 3, we're going to be talking to Jacqueline Head with Head Family Farm. You don't want to miss that one either. Jacqueline and I spent a lot of time laughing and giggling and we just had a blast. So I'm looking forward to sharing this interview with you and to sharing this new season with you. God bless you. I'll see y'all in the next video.